seems right now. Right, let's see. Right, this video is also being recorded and it'll be left on YouTube for people to view back later on. Let's start by telling everybody what we've got set up right now. I do have a third-party flash router acting as the middleman between my Virgin box and my actual router. I've also got my laptop connected up to that, which allows me to capture all the traffic going through it. At the current moment in time, my GoPro is busted, so I currently have a cheap-ass camera set up pointing towards my TV, so we can currently view what's going on. As you can see, the menu here. Right. When you're sniffing your network, you can use any tool. Best tool I would say is probably going to be Wireshark. For the more advanced users, you also have Fiddler, which is good, especially if you're on only mobile devices, or you can set up a proxy on your device. But as this is kind of like a beginner's thing, I'm going to be using URL Snooper 2, which is free software. You can get that from Donation Coder, you can find them simply by googling URL Snooper 2 or Donation Coder. First things first, we make sure we're everything set up. When you open up URL Snooper, it will not look like this, it will look like this. First thing you want to do is go to File, Advanced Mode, go to General Options, and untick the box that says only scan this computer, non-promiscuous. We don't want that. We want to be able to scan the full network, not just this computer. It should automatically determine your adapter. That's it, starting to scan the network. Clear results. If we go to full screen, you can see down here it's currently capturing packets and receiving data. So what we'll do is we'll go back to Twitter just now. Right, first things first, if we go to this screen, I'll set it to full screen just now, just so you can see. It's a bit distorted, but that's obviously because of the bad camera. We'll go to Home. In the Virgin Media box, we want to go to Right, so what we want to do is we want to go to Apps and Games on the Virgin Media box. Oh, mic volume is low. Let me try lift it up a bit. Mic volume. Mic volume is low. That better? Hello. Alright, Geo, are you still there? Hopefully the volume has increased a little bit. It made it a little bit easier for you to hear. Oh god. Right, well, I have an issue. My fucking camera just cut off. Alright, well, I'm gonna show you how to sniff from Virgin then. Not bad. Right, anyway. If I didn't mention before, first thing to do is obviously set up a router as your middleman, or I suppose you might be able to do it if you set up a mobile hotspot using your laptop or PC if you have a a dongle or the capability to broadcast as well as receive from your Wi-Fi card. Set that up, connect it up to your laptop or whatever, and then obviously software to Sniff. You've got Wireshark, Fiddler, or as this is a basic tutorial, we're going to be using URL Snooper basics here. We also obviously need VLC so we can test any streams. First things first, if we press the home button on the Virgin remote, even though my camera's cut off, I'll still do it in the background. There's the options for apps and games once we're connected, all apps, and then what we want to do is try and find one that we can sniff, or at least find a decent app. This is BBC iPlayer I've just opened, as you can see here, live.bbcapps.co.uk. One thing to realise is the Virgin Media boxes, even though they're on the TiVo software, they actually use the Opera apps, which is basically the same as like your smart TVs and everything that are powered by Opera apps. Same basic thing. As you see, it loads up the BBC iPlayer, all the content you need. What we're going to want to do is, once we've loaded up, we're going to want to go to live TV. I think what I'll do is start, in fact I'll go to Now TV and Clubland app on the Virgin Media. That's it, just loading up. Right, it will clear the results so everything shows here, and there you go. This is Chilled TV loading, but if we go to change channel on the box, click Clubland, here's your next URL, and this is a working live URL. It will happily play it in VLC with no issues whatsoever. It will take a second for the quality to kick into the highest quality available, but anyway, that one works. But obviously the kicker is we want something more, how should we say, hardcore. So for apps, we're going to go for one that you'd think would be secure, which is going to be Netflix. Now, you'd think Netflix would be secure because they don't really want people stealing the stuff, especially not their 4K movies and stuff. But what they don't expect is someone like me to be sitting here using their boxes in this way. So we'll go to our Netflix profile, we're in, and we have all of our TV shows and movies to choose from. The first one I'm going to do is going to be, I think I'll select the movie Paul. We'll click that, and we'll go back to URL Snooper. We'll clear the list. Now we're in here, we're on Netflix's menu, we've clicked Paul, so we want to start, and then obviously I have it set up for a pin, so I'll enter my pin number as well. As you can see here though, it's already connected to the Netflix app. You can see it's picking everything up, it's connected, ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to now tell Netflix to play. Give it a second. Loading 83%, 90%. Right, that's Paul started playing in the background on the TV, which means it should be available here. This is Netflix's direct server API calls. We'll put that into VLC, hit play, and give it a minute or two. And you'll see that this is in fact the working title credits for Paul. Skip forward a little bit in the movie. There is quite a few of these, if you notice each one's about 2 minutes long. But you can grab them all if you use Wireshark. That works a lot better to grab the actual base. But anyway, That's Paul playing on Netflix. Their content is surprisingly easy to steal. We can change it to anything we want, really. If we choose a TV show, what TV shows have we got? In fact, there's a new TV show that my kids seem to like on Netflix, which is Baby Boss Back in Business. So we'll tell it to play episode 1. There we go. And that should instantly start playing. 24 minutes long, as you can see here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it. I'm going to clear the playlist. Load it up again. You can hear the audio, but for some reason the video is not playing for this one. Yeah, wait, I'll go back to here. There's a lot more of them. But these are all basically the same for Netflix, blah blah blah. Let's go back, let's choose a different app. What other apps is there on this Virgin box? We have... oh, here we go. World Box from Virgin. World Box is a subscription service from Virgin that they charge you extra for on top of your standard subscription. World Box is French, Polish, Russian and Arabic channels, as well as Portuguese. Now, I think it's only something like an extra £10 on top of your normal subscription, but there is no security on this World Box whatsoever. Right now it's free during Easter. We'll click Russian and we'll choose Planeta HD and tell it to play that, and then if we watch here, our Planeta stream shows up direct from Virgin Media. We'll put it in VLC and tell it to hit play, and there you go, play straight away. If we go to view tools, codec information, you can see here it's a full 1080p stream. With a single audio track. But if you notice the URL, it's just plain M3U. There is no security whatsoever on these streams as long as you're playing them from a Virgin Media connected IP address, i.e. any property that has a valid Virgin Media subscription. These streams do work, even if you haven't played for the content. If we stop it, we can play another one. Let's see what other channels there is. Let's go back. There's actually the kids channel. Oh, let's play that. There we go. And we'll load that up in VLC. There you go. Give it a second, the quality will set. There we go, that's the quality set in place, and then we'll view the tools, codec information. As you can see, this is an SD stream, but still pretty good quality, especially if you go full screen. Now, other apps, there is a fair few on here. If we go back, we actually hit the clear button, it actually takes you back to the apps menu straight away. We have Eurosport Player, BBC Sport, Vivo, Now TV. There's actually one called My Nick Jr., which is kids shows, and believe it or not, that one will give you full-length kids shows for free from Nickelodeon directly. Let's pick another one though that we can. BBC iPlayer. No, you don't need an account for any of the apps in the Virgin Media box. They're all, well, I say they're all free. Most of them are free. BBC iPlayer, you're supposed to have a TV license to use an account, but you can view for free. Netflix, obviously, you do need a Netflix account. Now TV / Clubland app, that is free. Vivo, that is free, although you do need to register an account if you want to make playlists. BBC News, that is free. The World Box, obviously I did mention, that's premium channels. It's supposed to be £10 on top of your standard subscription, but it's free over the Easter period. If you sniff the URLs out just now, just save them. You can watch the channels for as long as you want. My Nick Jr. comes free with your Virgin Media service. You do need to set up an account on it, which is just basically your kid's name and what kind of stuff they're into, and it will grab videos for you automatically. Eurosport, you can get the latest news and everything for free, but it doesn't let you watch the live streams. One thing to note is the Virgin Media TiVo V6 box is actually based on the same software and system as the TiVo box from the USA. So as far as I can tell, if it works under the same kind of software, then it actually may be possible to steal, or should we say, view better content from the US. So maybe if a US user tries to sniff it out, they'll be able to see what's available. As it says, we've just connected the Virgin Media box to a hotspot and then set up the software on our laptop to listen to the hotspot and see what's available. Right now I've just opened the BBC iPlayer app. If we scroll down, you'll see here, this is the app opening. So we'll clear the results and we'll go to channels and we'll select the channel. First things first, I'll select channel 1 and then click watch live. And if we watch here, the stream will start. There we go. And we can load this up in VLC. Now give it a second for it to read through the MP3 file and find the best quality. Go to Tools, Codec Information, and you'll see it's a 720p HD stream. Load the fly. One thing to note with the iPlayer as well, if we go to, instead of channels, if we go to categories on the iPlayer, let's say we go to CBBC, just some kid stuff, How to Train Your Dragon. Let's hit play on that. There we go. And you'll see here, there's the MP3 file. We open it up in VLC. And there you go. There's your episode of How to Train Your Dragon. 21 minutes long. And if you want to check the quality, Tools, Codec Information, and you'll see it's a 720p HD stream. There we go. Let's close that off. But people just don't realise in this day and age that everything is done online. You don't actually have to do it with your TV box. I do have a Samsung Smart TV which should be connected up to the same hotspot, and I have apps on there such as Box Plus, O4, My5, TV Player, all of which show live channels as well. And we clear the list, load up TV Player on the TV. Right, loading, give it a second. TV Player loaded. What we'll do is we'll go to channels, free channels, quest red, wheeler dealers on quest, so we'll load that up and the stream should start playing. There we go, there's our M3U file. We'll copy that, paste it into here. Oh, whoopsie daisies. One thing to note here, it might not have copied the full thing. You need your pair key. So what we'll do is we'll copy the full thing from here all the way up to stream, and we'll delete it all from there and then paste it in and hit play. Give it a second and it will start playing, and give it a second for the quality to kick in. There we go. We'll go to tools, coding and mission. You'll see here SD stream, but still good quality and free. Now this thing to note about Quest and TV Player is TV Player actually don't hide their streams very well. The global world channels from Virgin Media, if you go to apps and games and it's there and it says it's free over Easter, it's got Portuguese, Russian, Polish, Arabic, different channels from around the world. Usually £10 on top of your normal subscription, but it is free over the Easter period. If you sniff the streams out just now, you can play them once it goes obviously non-paid again. They only require you to be on an active Virgin Media line for them to work. Anyway, back to TV Player. TV Player is remarkably funny with the way they do things. If I load up the other channel, say Food Network, we'll go back here, we'll go down, and we'll leave it to load. You'll see here we have a playlist file, but if we try and load it up, there we go. The quality is not the best, but something to note, as I did say, if you notice here it says $ID equals 125, so we actually don't need to take another URL. All we need to do is have the ID. The same pair key works for any channel whatsoever. All we have to do is change the ID to 125. Hit play. Oh, sorry, clear playlist. It was Yep, the headset's not the best. A few issues. The Fly, I did try and give you a lesson the other day on TeamViewer. Anyway, this is the Box Plus TV app which I found on my smart TV. As you can see, it's all there. There's quite a few. There's TV player. This is their APG API. As I did say, this is from TiVo software from the Virgin Media box in the UK, but I'm guessing the TiVo software boxes in the US would probably be vulnerable to the same kind of issues. There's no security whatsoever on any of the apps. As I did say, one of the main ones was obviously Netflix and everything. I don't think Netflix is a company that's big and they spend millions a year on security, but literally with my laptop I can happily sniff out a link to a movie. No issues whatsoever with that. Let's see, this is all the links I have found. As you can see here, we have BBC, CBeebies 1, 2, BBC Parliament, Alba, Clubland, Now, France 24, Al Jazeera, Box Nation, Blaze, Sky News. This Sky News one, this was actually taken off of a Now TV box. Now TV boxes are basically just a cheap ass Roku box. It's got bits missing and just modified software, but other than that it's just a Roku box, and this one actually came direct from that. But we have quite a few. MLB Network here, I actually took that from an app on my PlayStation 4, which was rather easy to connect up to the hotspot as well. There we go, that's that plane. Oh, let's see. Let's load up. I'll load up YouTube again, just because obviously I've closed that live chat window, which I should save, but I never remember. So anyway, I do have quite a lot of live streams, music ones, Adult Swim, which I did sit and actually watch. I think it was Happy Gilmore last night, which was a good movie. Oh, VOC is playing a bugger and it is not showing the picture. As you can see, it is counting up. There we go. Just had to give it a second. There we go. Quite a few streams I found. I think all in all, in this one file just from last night, I've got, I think it's 47 different streams. It's quite a few actually. But right now, my main focus right now is I'm trying to connect up my other V6 box. I want to connect that up to my hotspot as well, and then try and play one movie or TV show from recorded VOD. Obviously the boxes are connected over the Wi-Fi network, so they do speak to each other. If there's cable at your place or work, as long as you have access to the box itself to connect it to a different Wi-Fi network, say you set up a hotspot on a laptop, then you should be able to sniff apps and everything that's on the box. That should be no issues. As I says, I have tried this with the Skybox before, Sky UK, and that worked rather well as well. But what you need to remember though is it is 100% legal to monitor the traffic on your own network at home. You can face no fines, no courts, no jail time. It is legal to monitor your own network. It is also legal to watch streams and channels that you're currently paying for in your home as well, because obviously you're obviously paying for it. So sniffing the stream to a TV channel and playing it in your own home, that is 100% legal. There's nothing illegal about that. Anyone's entitled to monitor their own network, as long as you don't technically mess with the hardware or the software of the box which they provide you. Then yeah, you're 100%. You're 100% legal. There's nothing illegal about it. Hence the reason I'm making this video. I wouldn't be making a video and broadcasting it live on YouTube if it was illegal. I do pay for Netflix. I pay for my Virgin Media. So obviously I'm entitled to watch what I like when I like. But as you can see here, MLB Network and stuff. I have loads of channels. You can literally sniff the streams from anything. If you have a PSVU subscription, connect up your PlayStation 4 to a mobile hotspot, set up URL Snooper, Wireshark or Fiddler. Oh, and that will give you access to any network coming between your PlayStation and your device. I'm going to stop this from sniffing here just because it's still racking up some amount of data. Anyway, as I was saying, at your place of work that might be different because technically you're not paying the cable bill and technically it's not your establishment. You might get into a tiny bit of trouble if you're caught doing it there, but then again, as long as you're not caught and nobody knows, then things do happen. This up right, I'll tell it to start sniffing the network again. Load back up my Virgin Media box. There is different apps on here, the Hey You and stuff. One thing that I'm going to try over the next few days is the Virgin Store, just to see how secure their service is, obviously. If I can get direct links. Yep, let's go to My Nickelodeon. We'll load up the My Nickelodeon app. You can see here it's loading up Opera. There we go. My Nickelodeon open. Click to continue. Because it is a kids app, it does ask a parental control question. 65 plus 6. Oh god. Let's enter that. 71 valid code. There we go. And it will start playing a stream automatically. sorry about that. My kid's running about like crazy, so mute it for a second. Anyway, this is my Nickelodeon app that's currently playing, and obviously that's the MP4, but as you can see that's from the TiVo box. My Nick Jr. You can sniff almost anything from almost any network, so let's go to my shows and recordings. Yep, as I stated, the one thing I do want to try and sort out within the next few days is connecting both TiVo boxes up to the same hotspot, and then trying to play one on-demand movie from one box on the other box over the Wi-Fi network. Hopefully this should allow me to capture the data coming from one box to the other. Here I'm just going to play a bit of VOD from the Virgin Media Company themselves. As we see here, VOD is now playing from Virgin Media, but nothing is showing up in the URL snooper. So I may have to change that to Fiddler to try and find that, because some content is tunneled through proxies and stuff. Anyway, we'll see him, but as you see, all the images show up from Virgin Media. We'll load one up. See if we can get one to load anyway. Virgin Media exclusives. Anyway, what I want to do is try and get one Virgin Media box to speak to the other. If I can capture the traffic in between, hopefully I can get an API endpoint from where it obviously lists the VOD that's available on each box. If I can do that and the videos do play insecure, then we might actually be able to create a Kodi add-on that will allow you to play your Virgin Media VOD via Kodi. So even if you're not in the room with your Virgin Media TiVo box, you could connect to it. Trying to get through all these games and everything here, tons of pop-ups. There we go. I do notice quite a lot of apps on this Virgin Media thing. They seem to be upgrading all the time and add more. This is an app called Body and Balance that I'm now sniffing. Let's hit play. Here we go. There we go. And those are MP4 links as well. Completely insecure. So this is basically a free video on how to do yoga. Not something I'm interested in. I prefer donuts and sitting on my backside, but hey ho. let's stop that. We'll go back to URL snipper, clear the list so it's a bit more tidy. Press back. There we go. It wouldn't let me exit that up there for a second. Body and balance. This body and balance app for Virgin Media is one hell of an app. $6.99 for the natural fertility course. Obviously that yoga video was part of it, and that was viewable for free. 10-minute facelifts. The shimmy. Bikini body Bible. Okay. Perfect bum. Belly dance workout. Click try that one. Don't show again. We should find the MP4 link here. You'll notice this says episode 1. So you'll notice it's the actress's name or whatever, performer's name, episode 1. So I'm guessing if we change that to episode 2. Yep. There we go, episode 2. So this has literally just gave us access to almost every episode. Episode 4, there is no episode 4. Episode 3. So those episodes 1, 2, we'll clear that list just so it doesn't accidentally play anything again. And there is an episode 3 as well. I'm wondering if it actually provides an index. If it provides an index, it might be easier. We'll load it up. We'll take away the current file. Nope, forbidden access to that. Nice little comment from them. Nothing to see here. Well, I don't need to see it there because we already know they're insecure. Oops, sorry, load that up. Let's clear that one and go back, go to home, load back up the apps, see what other apps we've got in the Virgin box that we could possibly try and sniff the links from. Let's see. We actually do have a Get Fit Today, another fitness one I'm guessing. Sky Cinema this month, Sky Sports this month, which I'm guessing is just going to be small video clips. Vivo, let's try that one. I'm sure everybody's seen the Vivo links online before. Create your own Vivo playlists and then sniff the links and you can show them online. Let's see, we'll go to Vivo, we'll click currently live, what's playing live? Gary Barlow, Open Road. One moment please. That's it started playing, so I'm guessing this is it here. There we go. It's only a 4-minute long clip. But obviously, if you create your own playlist, then the URLs will be different for playlists. But you can do this for almost anything really. There's a radio online app. I don't know if you actually need to pay to access that or if it's just free. It says it gives you access to 6,000 radio stations and podcasts. So let's go to radio stations. Humour, horror, sports, music. Let's see. Hip hop, dance, electro. Let's choose dance and electro. What do we have? BBC Radio 1 and everything, so this should hopefully have an API to list this stuff, so we might be lucky enough to catch that. Look through our list here, there we go. Try load this up, there we go. This is the app from the actual Virgin Media box. As I've said, these are all web-based apps. Using the Opera web system. You can use your arrow keys on your laptop to change it. What we'll do is we'll tell it to start playing BBC Radio 1 Extra. So that's currently loading BBC Radio 1 Extra. Nope. There we go, we'll copy this one. Yep. So it's obviously showing you the links here, but it all depends on obviously what one is the streaming link. There we go, I think that is it. Yep, currently playing. So that's it there. There we go, so that's a BBC Radio 1 stream there. I don't think there's much else to show you really. I think we've been through almost every app. In fact, what I will do is I'll go to all apps and I'll go to on this month Sky Cinema. Again, built using Opera, same as most applications for smart TVs and everything, as it is the most stable platform. This is your QuickTime media file, which is the background of the app.
Stuck for something to watch this spring? Sky Cinema has a brand new premiere for you every day of the week. That means we have something for those wild nights in, avoiding the springtime showers. And for the rest of the week, well, you'll just have to wait and see.
Let's just see if it loads up the background video. A bit loud. We'll clear all that away. It doesn't really have live videos in there, which is a shame because I think it would have been good. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Hey You. I know you do need a subscription to view Hey You, and it's not. I don't like soaps or reality shows, so it's not really something I'd watch. One thing I have noticed with the Virgin Media boxes though, whenever there seems to be a boxing event on, or UFC or anything along those lines, on demand, if we go to on demand and go down to live events, it does actually open an app. The live events opens an app, as we'll see here. Now this app shows me a page that says Sky Sports Box Office Watch It Live, Sunday the 8th of April at 12 AM, WrestleMania. Now, based on the fact that when I click that link under On Demand on the menu for the Virgin Media box, the fact that it opens up an app, that kind of tells me that when it is available to watch, it will be through a live stream, not through an actual cable TV channel. Which, if that is the case, based on the other apps available on the Sky box office link might actually be sniffable as well. It may not be secure. It is something I'll have to try at one point, but you never know. It's on tonight and it's $19.95, so I may give it a go and see if it is available to sniff. If it is, I'm guessing it will probably be a direct link to the Sky Now TV CD content delivery network, the same as the Sky News, which was in our text file from earlier on. What I will do though is next time I'm going to be live, if I'm going to be showing anything on obviously how to sniff for TV channels and stuff, I will make sure I get a new GoPro or something set up, because right now obviously it is broken.